Ibrahim of Canaan Partners joins me now in the studio. So let's take a step back and look back to what happened with Google when all of those newly minted millionaires entered the ecosystem. How does that inform what's going to happen starting tomorrow when Facebook goes public?
Two things happened when Google went public, or at least a couple of years after that. One, you had a bunch of Google millionaires that became this class of super angels that we in the venture community have been talking about and working with over the last couple of years. And they've really been the genesis of a lot of the new ideas that we've seen in the last several years. The second is these ex-Googlers go and start companies, and they start great companies, and they're able to attract their former colleagues from Google who have worked in that network before.
And ex-Facebookers are already starting companies.
Yes, yes. The ex-Googlers become the ex-Facebookers, become the new company startup ecosystem, and we're jazzed about it.
So, you as a venture capitalist, we were speaking with Paul Kudrowski earlier, he said asking this question is kind of like a trap, but you have to be trying to find the answer anyway. What is the next Facebook? Can there be one?
The question, I think, is what is the next viral channel? Is there something that can grow that quickly and amass that amount of people? And that's a phenomenon that really is very, very rare. So if there's a channel to do it, I think it'll be on mobile. Where it comes from, it could come from New York, it could come from India, it could come from anywhere in the globe, but you know that it's ultimately going to be built in Silicon Valley.
What about this question? Who is the next Mark Zuckerberg?
Beats me. Again.
But you're looking for
We're
him
always
or
looking.
her.
We're always looking. And the great thing is that that person can come from any walk of life. They can come from any educational background. But again, we know that in order to grow a company, there's something in the water, in the soil, in the education system, in the startup landscape in Silicon Valley that make this a very unique and relatively easy place to grow companies.
Is Facebook a once-in-a-lifetime company?
It certainly is a once-in-a-decade company. Of course, I said that with Google 10 years ago, so let's see if there's another one.
Can Mark Zuckerberg's success, we've talked a lot throughout this program about how he has managed to maintain such strong control over the company, how he's been able to grow his vision by taking money in unconventional ways. Can his success ever be replicated?
He is a force of nature. And when you look at the massive companies coming out of Silicon Valley, they've all been headed by forces of nature. And it's easy to look at Steve Jobs and Sergey and Larry from Google and think the exact same thing. You're going to need to have somebody who has the creativity, but in a way has the ego and narcissistic tendencies to be able to want to grow something in their own style. And it's a unique person that does that, and it's always somebody as a venture capitalist we're looking to fund.
It also is going to change the landscape of venture capital. I mean, look, Excel was on the way down before they invested in Facebook, and now they're on top. Do you see the dynamics, the venture capital rankings changing dramatically as they have in the last decade?
Absolutely. Once you fund a successful company, particularly one as successful as Facebook, or we've seen recently with Groupon or some of the other IPOs that have happened, entrepreneurs of similar type, maybe you start the next social networking in mobile or start the next social networking for commerce, they will come to the person that funded Facebook to begin with. So it's absolutely a magnet.